All right, how's it going, everybody? Welcome back to week 3, night 2 of draft season 1. We are getting right in with Team Big Vibrating Chungus, Team Supp Diff coming in to you for first game of the night, and we're going to see that Heckram taken away first ban. We recently saw Heckram get a little bit of a mini buff back in the jungle, I believe. Is that right, Aiden? Did he got a mini buff, right?
Yeah, he's always been strong too.
Yeah, but he was always been strong, but he had that tiny little bit of a nerf, quote unquote, that they tried to do, and I think he received like basically a reversal. Yeah.
Yeah, essentially. And yeah, other than that too, he's always been strong. If the name of the game is those first scuttle crabs, he's always been one of the best at contesting those. Just strong early game, and he has a lot of late game team fight potential too with his ultimate. So obviously very good to actually pull that away. The Evelyn ban, not necessarily something that's impactful, but it's more of a target ban.
Yeah, it's definitely a target ban, especially going into 2Dude. We saw the one time he got left open, 2Dude really put a smile on his face, and I think he was doing a little bit of something else in there as well, but he managed to get that Evelyn for the one game, and yeah, he kind of stomped. So it's very obvious that he is a very strong Evelyn player, so it's absolutely a target ban. Plus, at the same time, like, we have seen Evelyn banned a decent amount this tournament, but I think they started leaving it open because they're like, you know what, there's better bans that we can make, but as soon as 2Dude pulled that off, he has not been able to get it since.
Yeah, I mean, you pull off a performance like that, and you're probably never going to get to see your champion ever again. Case in point with this Kha'Zix. Another huge, impactful champion that we've seen coming out of Team Supp Diff. And because of that, being taken away. All the other bans, almost certainly pretty standard stuff, minus that Camille. It's another target ban. That we saw and that we've seen played in the support lane of all places, which is kind of strange there.
It's definitely an interesting one, but you know what, your Eternity did go ahead and make it work, so there's only so much you can say.
Yeah, after I said that, I realized, well, he did actually win lane, so maybe it is worth banning that.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And other than that, bot lanes. What do you think of these bot lanes so far? That's most likely a Jhin bot lane. I don't really think he can go mid right now. What are you thinking of this bot lane so far, as we see both the AD carries being picked up rather early?
So I was gonna say I'd like to see some supports before I make a full judgment, but I assume that Nico could be going support. But at the same time, it's also most likely that Nico's going mid, so that shouldn't be the case. I kind of like the matchup, considering it's, you know, rangy champion versus rangy champion. Although I do feel like Ashe is a little bit stronger, even though Jhin does have his fourth shot, and you know, once he gets a couple items, then his fourth shot can be doing some major damage. I think that Ashe overall has a little bit more utility, with her ult being the really long stun that it is, her autos being able to stun, or slow, sorry, not stun, her W having a slow, etc. And especially now seeing the Seraphine come out, I think that bottom lane is going to be a lot of stress for the side
That's a lot of
Big
poke.
Vibrating Chungus. I think this Ashe Seraphine lane is going to be one to be absolutely reckoned with, and I think they're going to win it out.
Yeah, that's a lot of poke. Ashe already, her volley's doing a huge amount anyways. But throwing a Seraphine on top of that, and that's a whole bunch of poke that now the Team Big Vibrating Chungus is going to have to deal with. You have the Jhin. Maybe you try to draft around. I would recommend trying to go for some kind of healing champion in the bot lane. Champions like Nami, Soraka, anyone that can really make use of those Moonstone Renewers. However, I would still always go with whatever you're comfortable with. If you're not comfortable with a Nami, you're never going to win with Nami. Go for the more comfortable picks, even if it isn't exactly the right pick in that circumstance.
I fully agree. I fully agree. However, just to move away from the bot lane a little bit so that way we're not stuck on it the whole time, It's looking like we are going to see Nunu picked up. I don't remember. Have we seen?
Nope.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
An absolute
Last second
bamboozle.
change. Last second change to the Graves. I was going to say, I don't think we've had a Nunu at this tournament, have we?
No, the only thing we've had so far is the Joey curse.
Yeah, we have had the Joey curse a lot. We've had a lot of that one. A lot of that one. I think we have seen a Graves, though. So
We have, yes.
I don't
yeah,
remember quite how well the Graves did. However, I'm looking for a pretty strong performance in this game, though I am looking for Doomsbay to go ahead and pick up something tanky for his team. We see a Darius, we see an Orin, which I'm assuming means that the Darius is going to be going into the jungle. We're likely going to be seeing a Nico mid with a Zyra support.
We haven't seen that. We haven't seen any Darius jungles. I haven't even seen any of my solo queue games. It's just everyone just kind of tends towards that Morgana. He can be played in the jungle now, but you know, people just tend towards the Morgana and the Rumble. They're just so much better. And with that set pick, we fully round out our teams now. We've got a lot of tank on the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus, but we do also have a lot of poke on the side of Team Supp Diff. So if they can get their poke across before engaging in these big team fights, I would say that's more how they want to play this. And Big Vibrating Chungus, obviously, they just want to go for these engages. They've got Ornn, you've got Darius, you've got two big tank guys. But it should be interesting to see how this goes. This is the final series for both of these teams before we head into the tournament, into the playoffs here. And there's 2 big points here on the board left up.
Absolutely 2 big points left up on the board, especially with the fact that Big Vibrating Chungus missed last night's games and are possibly going to be stuck. Possibly going to be stuck dealing with a forfeit. Before I finish talking about that, this is a Darius mid lane and a Zyra jungle.
Okay.
This is a Zyra jungle. And I mean, I guess she does have she does have her plants. So, I mean, I guess, you know, she's just going to, you know, be with her people. But I'm not too sure how this is going to work out. But we can talk about that a little bit in a moment. We are going to take a short little break. So you guys will be still seeing this lovely screen so you can see the team comps and decide yourselves who you guys think are going to win. However, we will be unavailable. Well, not really unavailable, but we're going to be off the microphone for just a couple minutes until the game starts. So we will catch you guys in just a few moments. Ah, there we go. Sorry about that. Should be
Well,
fixed now. Should be fixed now. So we were just talking about the Zyra jungle. Sorry about the technical difficulties, by the way. We're not too sure how the Zyra jungle is going to pan out. I was talking about how I like this big vibrating Chungus, team comp. If it was swapped around a little bit, if we had a Darius in the jungle, Zyra mid even over support. Honestly, I prefer to see Zyra support over mid, but I think she's definitely more viable mid than she is in the jungle. However, we have heard 2Dude talk about this before, or at least I have. So originally, I thought it was pretty surprising, but I went back on my computer, that is my brain, checked the old hard drives, found a little bit of storage space left, and inside the storage space that wasn't left, I found the memory of hearing that 2Dude has played some Zyra jungle.
Wait, hold
Still
on
don't make
there.
sense to me.
Hold on.
And in the top lane, big scrap going on. A lot of punching going down, but
Ooh, flash in.
an aggressive
I
flash.
don't know. Ooh, Cloudy Day.
He does
actually
get the
picking
kill
that one
though.
up.
I wasn't too sure if he's gonna be able to pick up that kill, but it did end up going down. So you know what? Trading that flash for a kill isn't the end of the world.
It's the start of the world, if anything. I always trade a flash for a kill. Then they might get another one. TPing back up.
That set W is crazy.
2Dude, let's see what the jungle can do with the Zyra. All this
Fiesta.
damage, the plants. This is what I was talking about. It wasn't really on stream because again, sound difficulties. But I was, Joey was saying, I remember him talking about this, but I was trying to rack my brain of what does the Zyra jungle have? Does it have any, it's got some CC, but does it really have sustain? Maybe if you can kite around those plants potentially, but 2Dude is gonna have to do some teaching. So I'm not entirely sure. It's gonna be kind of wild. But I'm excited to see it.
I'm also excited to see it. So, because at the time of me saying this right now, he's actually not doing as bad as I was expecting. It looks like he might be able to pick up that bottom side scuttle, which would be pretty big for him because obviously he did not pick up that top side scuttle crab. And that would put him closer to even in the farm.
Wait, hold up here, sir. Zyra has won the jungle already because CC onto the scuttle crab that Graves at Cloudy Day just doesn't have. Easy win. Game over. Jungle is won. Big brain pick. I get it. Okay.
Like I said,
mind.
plants being with their family, man. That's all I'm gonna say. There's a lot of plants in the jungle. Zyra plants, and trees, and whatever else you want to call them. The vines.
And the plants are in the bot lane too, dude.
And the stun being fully missed.
Second stun, but 2 of the stuns connected. But hold on. Essence of Flame's gonna turn it around, pick up 1, potentially
I think that's 2Dude.
Onto 2Dude. A flash is gonna save him. Essence of Flame's not wanting to risk that flash just now. It's gonna save it. Pretty immobile, but now in the top lane, Doomsbay is having another scrap here. Up to Migmas. I am so sorry, I have mispronounced that name.
I would just say MGMAs.
MGMAs. Okay.
That would be my guess, is MGMAs. He is also a new player in this tournament. If you guys couldn't guess by the fact that we are having trouble pronouncing his name, he is a last-minute substitute for the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus. We have seen Thought Ho Waffle before, and Your Eternity, Ravedorn, and 2Dude are all regular appearances for the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus. So nothing crazy there. MGMAs might be going down. Is able to just run out of there. However, we don't know for how long. We see Cloudy Day hanging out in the bush. And it's possible he's coming for the dive.
Cloudy Day's just been in that bush.
Doomsbay is, just going to take a little bit of damage. Dunk him out of there. And MGMAs is likely just going to go down to the graves. Shouldn't die to that turret shot, I would not imagine, unless that turret started taking some extracurricular substances in the gym. But it doesn't seem like it does because Cloudy Day is perfectly fine right now. So it looks like they're just going to grab a couple plates here. Cloudy Day is going to run away. Doomsbay is probably going to go ahead and back with that extra gold he just picked up. And it's looking like Big Vibrating Chungus is looking towards this dragon. I do like this call. They are relatively fast to it. Your Eternity is here. And he has 3 members with him in case he needs them down in the bottom lane. So he's going to be getting some farm back. And he's going to be possibly getting a gank.
Yeah, we saw more of a objective focused game last night. Uh, Low kill, high objectives, which is super awesome to see. A bit of a change up over the other games. Not that the other games aren't super fun to watch. The amount of fighting is very fun, but it's always nice to see a bit of change up too. So we might see that again this game. Only 3 kills picked up, 2 on the Graves. So that leads me to believe there's not all that much fighting right now in the lanes. All the lanes just kind of waiting for those jungle picks. And as I say that, bit of trading happening, but no all in just yet. Just a lot of poking. And that's what you're going to see out of this ball lane. I think you'd agree.
Absolutely. With the range that both these bottom lanes have, and both the AD carries and the supports, is definitely going to be a big poke lane. Ravedorn, oh my god, yep, that's just Senpai completely gone from the game. I don't even think he gave him a chance to use his ult.
Yeah, I am very confused. I thought that he had time to ult, but I guess not. I don't know if that was an AFK though.
I don't know if you can ult when you're getting hooked. But the thing is, he got hooked early. I don't know if he just didn't have the reaction time or what. But
just taken off guard from the Darius mid lane. I think that's what.
Yeah, I'm assuming that's probably what it ended up being. Because here's the thing right now. In that mid lane, we're seeing a 62 to 35 CS lead for Ravedorn. However, at the same time, we're seeing a 60 to 37 in the jungle. And that's very apparent by the damage coming out right now by Cloudy Day. That jungle gap right now with 3 kills now, 60 farm to 37. It's looking like this Graves might be a slightly stronger pick than the Zyra in the jungle. What do you think there?
I'm gonna have faith. Dude knows something that we don't, or else he wouldn't have picked it.
I'll always have faith. I'll always have faith in some off-meta picks because I like them and I think they're a lot of fun. That doesn't mean I think they're going to win for sure.
No, every time we don't have faith, whether it's the Camille support, now it's the Zyra in the jungle. They always come out and do a whole bunch. So I have to. Or else I'm just wrong.
You know what? That's fair. I can get behind that absolutely 100%.
And there might be a gank here. The Zyra jungle hitting one. The Jin opening up with a curtain call.
He doesn't have the R though.
Here comes the TP. Oh, but that's a good rebound now. Kanahara with a perfect ultimate. Gonna shut down 2 dude.
If I were 2 dude here, I'd go back to farming. Because he's level 5. Oh. Even the enemy support is level 6.
Hold on here now, Joey. Ravedorn coming in, burning that flash, burning that goes with the dunk without anything else. He is gonna get out just for
that set
in by Doomsday. And oh my god, that set, you said it right. That is huge W damage. Gonna pick him up a triple kill across the bottom lane and mid lane of Team Big Vibrating Chungus, and more fight is happening in the top lane. Cloudy Day is strong. He's got a lot, but MG Mass is gonna try to turn it around. But oh, that's a strong shotgun, man.
This guy with the shotgun, he's got a full mythic already. We see Set now, picking up a full mythic item with all that gold he just got in the bottom lane. It seems like, Big Vibrating Chungus is not having fun in this game. They were looking all right early. They got the dragon, so that was a big thing. They were only down 3 kills at that point, so that dragon pickup was, not necessarily even in gold, but it did put them a little bit more even in terms of objective control. Speaking of objective control, number 1, we see Cloudy Day 3 levels up on 2, dude.
Oh, this might be a mistake. This is a mistake. Cloudy Day. I'm not sure about this. Gonna flash in. Gonna get hit up with
2 dude has his R now.
Ravedorn, though, on the side. He doesn't have his ultimate just yet. Doomsday, I think you are caught between a rock and a hard place right now. 3 members. Never mind. I got confused and bamboozled. I don't think you can walk your way to this one, but maybe you can. Just walking away oh so slowly. One more hit will do it. Plus 600 going over to Ravedorn. Gonna pick up that kill and gonna get himself a mythic probably.
That is a lot of gold now going into Ravedorn's pockets, and with how well he's been doing, I'm not quite too sure how they're going to feel about that. They're maybe looking to give it to the Nico if they could, however, that obviously is just not the case. So, I'm not quite too sure how happy they are that it went over to the Darius, who seems to be, the win condition right now for the side of Big Vibrating Chungus. However, there's only so much you can do. And at the same time, I think they can still handle it. But I have faith in the side of Big Vibrating Chungus
With all
because of
those
this
people,
Zyra jungle.
but with all those people top lane, your attorney's left now, and Senpai wants a bit of the action. And he's left without farm though, so Essence of Flames is actually going to get himself up on farm just because he doesn't have to worry about taking any damage. The Nico was up in the top side. So this dragon might actually be going over to the side of Supp Diff just because they were around to get that vision down on the bot side.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't know if Big Vibrating Chungus can contest this too easily. Again, we see Thought Waffle at level 6. We see 2 Dude at level 7. And just in comparison, we see level 9 and 7 on the enemy jungler and support. So there's just 2 behind on levels and gold right now to be able to contest that too easily. Unless you can pick up like a steal with your poke, like with the Jin W, the Nico abilities, and Senpai gonna be able to dodge the ult, but it still resets anyway, and Senpai's gonna go down to the bleed. I don't think Gravedoor needs to tank the extra turret shot. However, he does anyway, picks up that kill, makes him 4-1-1. Like I said, he is likely the win condition for this team because he's going to be able to be there and help them win fights and pick up the objectives like that next dragon. However, Cloudy Day is already doing so much damage with that Gale Force already. 5-1-1 now, double the farm of his enemy jungler. The Cloudy Day is really starting to take over this game, in my opinion.
Yeah, if you can start to transition that to objectives, they've already started and they've already gone for that first Rift Herald, but they didn't actually get it. So they started it, didn't grab it. Big Vibrating Chungus actually were able to pick that up on a bit of a more risky play. So I think if you start to transition away from going for risky plays, instead like this, maybe a risky plays like this, I don't know if he has any vision, and start to try to transition that into dragons and into other objectives, trying to get those more simpler turrets, maybe just forcing champions off of the top lane turrets and grabbing some of those to open the map up. I think that's where he's really going to find success. He's got a lot of gold. He's worth a lot of gold. So I'd say he's got to go for the objectives, the simpler objectives, the dragons, the Rift Heralds, and those turrets.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And on top of that right now, I'm looking at this bottom lane of Team Supp Diff. Like we were talking about, it is the battle of the pokes, and the AD carries are still relatively close. However, I think as the game starts to go on, we're going to see Kana O'Hara on the Seraphine start to ramp it up and become, a much more dominant factor than we're going to see the Nico. And speaking of dominant factors, Set is the dominant factor in the top lane right now. And as I'm talking about Kana O'Hara starting to be the dominant factor, we're seeing Thought Waffle flash and ult, doing some major damage.
Oh, nice.
A big arrow from Essence of Flames to stop that ult. Save Kana O'Hara. So they get the flash, they get the ignite out of Thought Waffle, and just traded for the heal of Essence of Flames. And they take out both ultimates of the enemies for just Essence of Flames' ultimate. And as we talk about that, Ravedorn's looking to be taking some major damage, but he's looking to at least trade a kill over. I think that's going to happen.
God.
Senpai is going to ult back. He's going to get dunked on. Cloudy Day is going to get flashed on and dunked on. Oh my god, Ravedorn has major health, or major damage, and he still has some health left. He's going to be able to survive those turret shots, and he is perfectly fine walking out of this fight.
Ravedorn might just change this whole course to this game. Those just huge dunks coming through, doing so much damage, actually just one-shotting essentially both Senpai and Cloudy Day with just getting that 5-stack bleed and then just going for that dunk is so much true damage that they're just not ready to deal with yet. And on top of the bot lane, I want to also talk about the Jhin. Jhin does have better scalings than the Ashe. Ashe late game almost turns into a pick champion. You throw your arrow, you're not really going to get a kill, but you're going to secure your team. You are going to secure your team a kill, but you're not going to get yourself. So she doesn't have the same carry potential, same amount of damage output that a late game Jhin does. Those 4th shot auto crits are so impactful in the late game, and Ravedorn, trying to be impactful now, able to do so much damage, doesn't have his ult, so not able to bleed. Yeah, huge damage. That's like an AP Twitch poison.
Absolutely, it is.
That's a bit ridiculous, a bit disgusting right now.
I'm looking to see that become possibly an issue. If the Darius can continue getting more and more fed, I think he genuinely can take over this game and fully 1v9 himself. Unless he just gets blown up like that by Cloudy Day. Cloudy
Okay.
Day, 8-2. He has the Gale Force. He has the Dirk. He has Merc Treads.
Okay.
These Merc Treads,
Yeah.
I'm assuming, are just for the CC reduction, the tenacity. But at the same time, I'm talking about this win condition of, Darius and Ravedorn. But we look at the rest of the team. So he is 6-3, and the rest of the team is a combined 1-11. So we really need to see, them just playing a little bit smarter, playing a little bit more patient, trying to farm up so they can catch back up at least a little bit.
Let's see some action here.
Let
Dragon is
Ravedorn
coming up.
Let Ravedorn continue to get some kills. Maybe have Ravedorn pop in, help out with some kills here, get some picks for the
Oh,
team,
this isn't good
and
here.
not get picked. However, it's looking like they are going to get picked.
Oh
Big ult
my
coming down from MJ
word.
Maze, but also a big ult coming down from Thought Waffle. Thought Waffle is going to go down, though. Just going to take so much damage. And these team fights without Ravedorn are essentially impossible to win, I think.
Yeah, everything is going into the favor of Team Supp Diff right now. That grave damage is ridiculous right now. Holy crap, when he gets up close, he's just obliterates the other champion right now. And they're going to be able to pick him up a second dragon. So that's going to be a good dragon for a bit of sustain, a bit of armor there. And Doomsday might be going down here. Jin doesn't have that fourth shot yet, about to get it soon. Gale Force is in, not going to be enough. Doomsday is going to have to dash away now. I don't know if he has enough, because that's going to be the Jin opening up the curtain call, and the curtain call is going to hit every single shot but the last one, because it doesn't need to.
It absolutely does not need to. He gets taken down before the last shot even needs to come out. I wasn't quite too sure if they're going to be able to pick that up, because Doomsday did still have his flash up. And, that Jin W was fired in a straight line for where he was walking, so I was expecting to hopefully see him, sidestep that. But regardless, there's only so much you can do because, for all we know, if he did go to sidestep it, your Eternity would have been able to hit it anyway because maybe he would have slightly, pulled out that prediction. So, as much as I can say, oh yeah, he could have sidestepped it, well, your Eternity could have also changed the trajectory, right? So, there's only so much you can talk about in that regard. But Doomsday is going to go down, but he is going to pick up that tier 2 turret in the top lane anyway. So, life for that tier 2 isn't the end of the world. And looking at, while I was talking about the fact that the rest of the team is 1-11, they have bumped that up just a little bit. However, we do see the enemy team have that 0-4 Echo. And it seems like Darius might be a strong pick against Echo in the mid lane, and we are just finding that out now.
Hidden OP, new Korean strat. I like how Team Supp Diff right now is going for this objective, and they might be able to get a team fight out of it. Oh!
What is that damage?
God. So much damage coming through. Now the rest of the team joins. Ravedorn able to pull one, but the damage is going to come through. The ultimate from the Ashe is going to stun up now, but everyone's going to go down to Doomsday, doing so much damage in the backline from that ult.
And he just
Ravedorn
doesn't
seemed to
lose
follow,
health.
and he doesn't lose health. And
He
this is gonna
gained
be
health out of that
threat.
fight.
And
He
they don't
gained
get
health out of
ripped.
that fight.
They're not gonna get ripped, but they are gonna get Baron. Even more worth, in my opinion. And wow, just wow.
It's looking like this game might not be going on too much longer. That win condition of Ravejoin on the Darius is slowly starting to slip away, I think, with the 8,000 gold advantage, the Baron being up. They have a tier 2 in the top lane. They're pushed to tier 2 in the bottom lane. It's looking like Team Supp Diff is in the driver's seat, especially with Cloudy Day 12-2. This guy has had so many good performances in this tournament, and it's kind of hard to ban away his champions at this point because he's just been playing so well the entire time. And it doesn't seem to matter what champion he's on. So it's basically take your pick on what you want to do. However, I feel like he wouldn't have been quite at the level he was right now if we had a more meta jungler than Zyra.
I will say that Zyra's working. the clear has been a lot better now. Still a bit behind from the Graves, but this is also still a 12-2 Graves, so you can't put that too much. But the Zyra, might be getting caught out here, but cancel that.
That shield is insane.
The shield
That
and the
Sterix
damage.
with the W just shielded his entire health bar.
Oh my word!
They were able to pick him up. Once his Sterix was down, once his W was wasted. However, that shield was reminiscent of a Shen ulting an AD carry.
Oh, and there goes the
And speaking of
waffle
AD
down.
carry,
Essence of Flames.
oh,
Ooh,
never mind.
Jason.
I was gonna say, speaking of AD carry, the AD carry of Supp Diff's gonna pick up a kill, but he didn't manage to pick it up. MJ
Well, you know
is
who
gonna
is
be able
gonna
to
pick
ult the
up one?
Graves,
Oh.
except he's gonna throw it just wide, and he's gonna go down, making him 1-6 on the game. The top side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus is not having a whole lot of fun this game. However, again, it is only game 1, so game 2, who knows? Maybe in game 2 they're gonna come back with an absolute vengeance and pull off a stomp, or they're just gonna, maybe pull off a win. I don't necessarily think it's that they've been playing bad. I think that they just haven't been capitalizing on some opportunities that they could have. And especially, I feel like the Zyra jungle early game is absolutely nowhere near as strong as the Graves early game. Zilnox saying, game's not over till Ladarius stops dunking. That is very true. I cannot disagree with that. Like I said, still the win condition for that team. Though, at the same time, one thing I've neglected to talk about is this Jhin. Jhin is still 2-1-2.
Okay.
Thought Waffle's getting obliterated. But let's just ignore that. Your eternity on this Jhin. Still 2-1-2. 186 CS. So he is still very close in farm to the Ashe of the enemy team. And actually has a kill up, but he does also have a death. But I think this Jhin is very strong as well right now. And if the Ornn can just get some CC and then have the Darius come in and start to, throw down some damage, get some poke out from Jhin, get some damage from far, I think it could work. Peel saying this is why we banned 5 jungle. Honestly, the way this has been going, I don't really blame you guys. I don't really blame you guys. That's the only thing I can say in those regards.
Graves might just have to be another jungle band. Looking at this, although I don't know how you ban 5 junglers in the first round. I guess you gotta try to figure out a way to ban all 5 of his junglers in the first round there. But Cloudy Day has been making a game of this for himself here. 14-2. He's been doing rather well. They're going to pick themselves up another dragon. So they're getting even tankier now. If you're on the side of Team Big Vibrating Chungus, how do you turn this game around?
There's a lot of work that needs to be done for this game to be turned around. But I was just thinking about what to do next game. If we see Cloudy Day continue to keep his confidence up, what I would like to see is possibly a comp that is good with getting priority in the lanes and start to roam into the enemy jungle. We also need to see a nice strong early game jungler, and I want to see them start to roam into the enemy jungle and start to take some camps away from Cloudy Day, start to suppress him a little bit, especially with how he's been playing. Once you let that guy snowball, it's seeming as though he can really start to do some major damage and take over games. So that's what I would like to see next game. This game, honestly, just continue to farm, play slow, defend the base. Let yourself get some gold, let yourself get some XP, try to catch back up in levels. Possibly, if they get this soul, possibly pick up the Elder Dragon. However, it's not looking like that's going to be possible unless Ravedorn can go ahead and kill all 3 here, which honestly he might be able to. He hits the E, he hits the Q, and he's going in, dunk on Essence of Flames. Essence of Flames might go down. God. No, never mind. The big heal from the Seraphine is going to keep him alive. So that is not a big deal. However, yeah. Going back to talk about next game, what kind of comp would you like to see? If we're talking about getting priority in the lanes and getting priority in the early jungle to be able to suppress Cloudy Day.
Before we talk about that was a 2-shot.
Yeah, it was. And that's exactly why I'm talking about trying to get this guy suppressed.
Yeah, I think that maybe some early game pressure junglers trying to, like you said, take away those camps. Champions like Lee Sin have always been good with those early game. So maybe you try to get the early game ball rolling first. But hold on, we might see one more big fight. The Ornn ultimate is going to come through. Kanahara looking very low.
That ult is just going to kill him.
Down from a train. That is the Ornn ultimate. Ravedorn in the side now, looking for any way in. Thought Waffle, that's his clone. Don't worry. It's going to catch up Cloudy Day just for now. But, that's going to be a big one.
Senpai, what's going on with Senpai?
I think he might be AFK, but I don't know if it'll matter. Oh, it was just a fake out off to the side. And Ravedorn now is going to get kited by Essence of Flames, but the dunk should come through. Isn't going to have it, though, in the end. And the curtain call is going to open up. Can he finish anything off right now? But Cloudy Day is here, and the damage from the ultimate is going to be just enough to kill off MG Mass, and that should be game. The final turret standing in their way, soon to fall, and the Nexus is to be next.
Okay.
Okay.
RIP that health bar. Game on over to Supp Diff. Again, we need to see Team Big Vibrating Chungus get some priority, get some pressure in that enemy jungle, really start to, take away some of that experience, some of that gold